Hello and welcome to another Fleet Ops audio commentary brought to you today by ClintSet. And I've got two special guest commentators. If you want to introduce yourself, guys.
We are special. We're very special. Right, Timmy?
Yeah, Box. Yeah.
That would be Boggs
Clint,
and
we are
Little Timmy.
special.
Let's go ahead and introduce the players. Boggs, you want to help us with our top guy?
Shit, actually, I don't think I was paying attention here. 1 second. Okay, so on top, we have o3Locked. I think we're going to call him just Locked. He is Federation. On the bottom, we have 23 down. Lots of numbers in these guys' names. We're going to call him Locked and Down. Lockdown! And he's Yellow Federation.
Awesome. It looks like the Yellow Federation is going pretty basic economy. Doesn't have any of his special stations or research stations going. What do you guys think about that?
And one constructor queued up, he's going with 3 constructors. This would be interesting.
Yeah, and his opponent at the top is pretty much doing a pretty basic standard Starfleet engineering build. Nothing too special there. He's got miners queued up. Yeah. Yeah, we do see that we have engineering and the shipyard going up on the bottom, so really isn't going to be too far behind.
And the
Third
first
constructor.
constructor is expanding, so this is quite interesting.
I mean, frankly, I've never seen anybody competitively do this. Build a third constructor. I am a little curious to see if it works. Instead of, for posterity's sake.
To be honest, his resources aren't really that far down. I mean, I guess the constructor is not that expensive, and if he just goes a mining station at the expansion, that ought to be not a bad deal.
And actually, he's got both of his mining stations up before his opponent does.
Yeah, and his yards up before his opponent. So
yeah, his engineering is a little behind, but I mean, that means that a few of his monsoons and trepids will be a little slow on the uptake, but he's making a saber anyway.
Yeah, we'll see if our opponent takes advantage of it. He did scout both the corner expansions, so doing a good job there.
He's choosing not to put his expansion mining station between the two moons. I wonder if he knows that you can do that, or whether this is a choice.
Yeah, I suppose if he does put a yard in the middle, he may think that he just doesn't want to have the station in the way. But I don't know.
That could be. Yeah, I suppose if he puts a yard in the very middle of it, then he'd have to move his miners around. One thing you can do though is that you can, if you kind of learn which side of your shipyard vessels repair into, you can kind of place your shipyard adjacent to your moons in a place where it will allow your miners really easy access to it, and then put your mining station, in the middle.
He does have science going up too, so really tapping himself out on the dilithium. I did not see chassis level. He did get chassis level 1 off though, so he's got some monsoons
he did.
Intrepids queued up, but probably won't be able to build those Intrepids.
Yeah, he's risking a lot. He's lacking resources to build ships.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a full complement of miners up yet. I gotta say that I think maybe, just because this is a little unorthodox, I want to talk about it. I think maybe if he held off on the Starfleet science for a little bit, made sure that his moons were nice and full of miners, and then, worked up some monsoons and intrepids, I think this could really be a decent way to go with three builders.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I think I might try it in my next 1v1 just to
me too.
just to see. And that's folks, that's what happens when you get newer players out there. You get new ideas, and it's really great for the community.
Yeah, and look at that. He's only got 2 miners on his tritanium. However, he's still got 400 tritanium, so he's not actually hurting on the tri yet. And he is producing ships. He needs to make a few more miners. He upgraded his turret. Made a pulse turret. Okay.
That's not a bad deal, to be honest.
No.
Yeah.
Could be a blade of armor, I suppose.
His opponent's going straight, well, it's just a couple Intrepids set out there, and looks like he's got one out on the board, so both players pretty on par as far as ships. Tri-Cobalt is being researched, though, so that may give a little slight edge for those Intrepids. We'll see.
So he's got 650 and 500 of each resource right now. I mean, that's pretty decent, I have to say. And if he didn't have the Starfleet Science, he could be double yarding something right now as well.
Yeah, a Monsoon just came out. Has a saber strategically placed in the middle. I wonder if that's more of almost like a second scout for him.
Yeah, could be. It's not going to kill anything, for sure, and it's very likely that it will die itself if it gets attacked, but yeah.
And, I mean, if you look up, O3 has a Tritanium expansion right now, so he went Tritanium first.
Yeah.
But that I think worked for him because he did do his research first, so he's, was hurting on Tritanium.
How many Intrepids does he have on the board? 2. He's got 2 Intrepids on the board. He's a little short. He's a little short on a Starfleet command. I think here, knowing what his opponent's economic situation looks like, I think it might have behooved him to hold off a few seconds on that 3rd Intrepid and put up a command instead. Frankly, I think that might have been a pretty good choice. Because now we see, look at that. Gotta remember who is who here. Who's on the bottom? Is that Locked?
Bottom?
Down?
23 down, yeah.
Down.
23 down. He's putting up his command, so he's got ships. He's got full production of ships. He's got a dilithium expansion, and up goes a Starfleet command.
And stole a scout. Look at that.
He stole a scout.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unorthodox, but seems to be working for him. It's hard to argue its success. He's even got a phaser turret at his expansion. And look at that. This guy's ballsy. He's moving up to take the top expansion. This is pretty exciting. Usually a Fed versus Fed game is fairly boring, and to be honest, we haven't seen a lot of combat, but new strategies is great. His opponent's going pretty standard. I mean, he has, I guess, now both moons covered as expansion, and he's starting his Starfleet command.
So here's one thing for everybody watching to notice. If obviously Locked on top lost his scout, but if he were scouting, he would probably see right now, okay, my opponent's only got like a handful of Monsoons maybe, which are really no match against Intrepid. So since he's kind of behind on the Starfleet command, and he's behind a little bit on the resource game because he's got too much try and not enough die, now would be a great time to take these Intrepids and start destroying miners, because there's very little that Down could actually do about it if he were to go and attack, say, his main dilithium moon.
That's true. We do see that 23 down's moving up. I don't know if he's just going to posture in the middle or if he's really going to get aggressive. He's still scouting around, making sure he knows what's going on. And look at that guy. I'm wondering if he doesn't know that he has a Tritanium moon at his expansion, because he just took the Tritanium expansion at the top. I don't know.
Yeah. And he still has 2 miners on main Tritanium.
Yeah. And yet he's got enough Tritanium to do kind of whatever he wants, because he's not really researching anything. And here come his warpins.
Oh, we see Tri-Cobalt's on a
Saber?
Saber? Or
yeah, they all missed.
So, here's the thing about that Saber. The Saber is not going to kill much early in the game, especially not just one. And, yeah, there we go, getting that Monsoon in there to cover for it.
Yeah, it did lose its engines, and we see a turret going up in the middle of nowhere, really.
Very interesting.
And then warping on the Tritanium. Up.
Nice, nice. Look at that, and not a bad warp in, to be honest.
No, not at all. 6 seconds on locks, on top locks, whatever. Warp in.
And he used it.
Yeah, pretty damn good. Yeah. And it is
Still
coming up to defend the main Tritanium. Losing that scout. Okay, so an equally decent warpin coming in from down, coming in from locked. Yeah, it's about the same actually. I think this one is better suited to handle the other warpin.
Yeah, for a defense, it's not a bad deal. And those Intrepids are going to eat that Excelsior one alive if they chase.
Yep.
But it looks like he might get away. He might get away.
Very well might.
He's doing a good job.
He must go to the nebula.
Take apart this galaxy. That galaxy's not careful. Doing a good job though. Down is doing a good job of making sure that his ships cover each other, that they don't just run off and resign their allies to doom.
Let's take a look at this.
Right.
Look at that. Yeah. Nice move, really. And looking at the other expansions, still does not have anything going on. Not even full mining at the
An interesting
O3's.
place for turret down.
Yeah. But I guess it's not a bad deal in that it does cover any ship going into repair.
Yeah, that would be a really good place for like a scout station if you were facing cloakers. But I wonder if he dropped.
Well, he was in the driver's seat, so that's too bad. But
yeah, I think that he just dropped, ladies and gentlemen. I think he just disconnected.
well, we'll see what happens
He's in
here.
tunnel.
So Clint, how's your day going?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. And he's gone.
Well, folks, very short replay.
Okay.
There you go. See you on the flip side.